it's helped us grow our business, basically, in us being present on LinkedIn. What would be the most important thing to do tomorrow to improve your LinkedIn?
I think...
Are there any LinkedIn hacks? Are there any cheat codes?
I'm Ellie. I'm the social media manager at Superfly.
Great. And today we're talking about all things personal branding, LinkedIn, and brand ambassadors.
Employee ambassadors.
Employee
and that
ambassadors.
Too, birth. We can talk about birth.
It's a good job one person knows what they're talking about here. So I wanted to talk a little bit to start off with about B2B marketing, which for anyone that doesn't know is business to business. So you have business to consumer when you're selling products like trainers, and business to business where you're selling services to other businesses like us. We deliver marketing services to other businesses. So why do you think, because you're quite passionate about this, do you think current B2B marketing is quite stale?
I think it's definitely evolving, but I started out in marketing with B2B and I didn't even know what B2B meant. I didn't know what B2C meant, any D2C, what's that?
D2C.
Yeah, I didn't know what any of it meant. But I think when I first got into it, I saw how boring it was and corporate and how not many businesses were even leveraging marketing. Like marketing in different companies would be the first to get sacked because they saw it as, these creative people that weren't really doing much for the business.
Drawing nice pictures with crayons.
Yeah. Drawing pretty pictures and showing everyone.
Or just getting your phone out and filming stuff for social media.
Yeah.
Or just posting. Just post.
And they
just
don't see that.
Just post it.
They don't see it of the sort of the things that does for a business. So when I first came into marketing, I really wanted to leverage that and how can we make this fun? Because it can be fun. And especially when I moved here at Superfly, we are a fun business. We're an agency. A lot of agencies are fun. So how I think having that already in the business really helped me to help our clients to, become a bit more fun in their industry. So I think I have definitely surrounded myself with different marketers, especially here. We're all very creative and just being able to leverage B2B to become a little bit more B2C in a way.
Well, it makes sense when you think about it because ultimately in the B2B sector, it's services and the services are delivered by people. So really, it sounds so cliche, but you are investing in those people.
Yeah, definitely.
So then really, surely your approach should be marketing those people.
Yeah, exactly. I think throughout the years, people have not seen the people behind a logo or a brand or whatever. So people obviously just bought from businesses, from case studies, things that they've done before. Whereas now, people are so invested and want to know where their money is going. They're so invested in the person and the person's opinion on that business. So to have, we'll go down the lines of employee ambassadors soon, but to have things like that in place so that you can promote the business and give your opinions on it and what's working, what's not, and really show the knowledge of that person as well. I think that's where it seems to be going.
Which makes sense with it being social media and it's inherently social.
Yeah.
You're very consistent, you personally do well, and you get a lot out of LinkedIn. So how did that start? Why? Why did you do that?
Why? Just why?
Yeah.
I don't know. Before I even started in marketing, I was posting on LinkedIn because it was nobody was posting on there. And
when you were working?
Way before my apprenticeship. Well, not way before, but before my apprenticeship, I was posting.
So when you were working in the doctor's surgery?
Yeah. So I first downloaded LinkedIn when I worked as a GP receptionist. I remember I got a LinkedIn Wrapped actually. One of my first connections was one of the girls I worked with there. And it was basically because one of the girls said that you can find jobs on there and I didn't know that. So I thought, oh, that's great because obviously I was working as a GP receptionist. So I obviously wanted something more and marketing, I sort of found that. So I was basically just looking for jobs on there and it was so corporate and boring. There was hardly any jobs out there. So I thought, you know what? You can actually post on this platform. weirdly, I didn't know who was on there or anything. And I thought, well, if companies are posting jobs on here, then surely there's businesses on here seeing what people are posting. So I basically started doing like free courses and things like that and started posting on there that I was doing that. So just to show that I was passionate, because, you know, all these like agencies and companies and things, they ask for like 4 years worth of agency background to work in marketing, and I didn't have that. So I basically just started posting on there to show that I was actually passionate about it, and I was doing things that were marketing related in my own time. So that's why I started posting on there. And then my marketing apprenticeship, my old boss was like setting competitions about like who, you know, how many posts you can do, like who can post every single day.
Do you reckon that set a bit of a precedence? So that got you used to posting frequently. So then once you got into that routine, I think it's very hard to keep into a consistent routine, but we can maybe talk about.
Yeah, that. I did it. I remember doing it for like 3 weeks and I was winning and I was like, yeah, this is so cool. And then, you know, as everyone does, you fall off with it. And I just didn't enjoy it. But if I wasn't posting, but I was also like building a network on there. So for me in my apprenticeship, I didn't have many people in marketing because it was just a business and the marketing team was 2 or 3 of us at times. So I started like building my network on there as well. So it was just quite a fun place to hang out with like other marketers, and we connected on there, met loads of people from Superfly on there.
To be fair, and I'm not just saying this for the purpose of this conversation.
A hook.
Because you'd worked at because my phone went. Jesus. Because you'd worked at Spectrum and you were posting really frequently there, I kind of already knew who you were.
Yeah.
So I was already quite impressed by the fact that you were posting consistently and your posts were doing well.
Yeah.
So then you obviously had a grasp on social media. So then we put a job out for the social media manager and you applied for it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's Ellie.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Then you've almost already got the foot in the door because I already kind of knew you.
Yeah, I made a connection with Chloe as well that had the job before me.
Yeah.
But not purposefully. I didn't know the job was coming. I actually messaged her and said, oh, Superfly are advertising. Like, do you think this is the right role for me? Like, something I can do? She went, oh, it's my job. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So just, I already had like that thing of like just getting to know people within the industry, and I think that worked really well. I actually remember coming for my interview and you walked down the stairs and I was like, oh, it's actually nice to meet you in person. Because we'd obviously, you know, messaged online and things. But yeah, I think it's just a great place to build that network and teach people your knowledge, because I didn't have that and I had to showcase that I loved marketing in order to get there. So yeah, I use LinkedIn to just show how passionate I am.
Yeah, well, it's worked, hasn't it? And it's especially helpful in the B2B side of things, I think.
Yeah.
So back onto the business versus consumer situation. What is the difference? Like, how would you approach like doing B2B stuff in comparison to B2C? Because now at Superfly you do work with both, don't you? So I suppose that's been good.
Yeah. I mean, I like to merge the two together. I think the generic look at both of them is B2C is really fun, trendy, probably young people and like creating communities and things like that. B2B has always been seen as very corporate, like you just post for the sake of it, like post Christmas jumper day and Easter and things like
cliches.
that. Yeah. Whereas I like to look at it as trying to merge them both together. So it depends really what you want to do in both. But I think for a long time, B2C have been either like building communities, they've been marketing to it's like certain demographics, and whereas B2B usually is quite lead generation heavy.
Yes.
But I think I really like to put a twist on that and start to bring that youth and that content creation into the B2B world in order to connect with an audience. Because, for example, we work with a client that provides language services, and we've gone down the route of sitting with them and they're chatting and creating some amazing videos to really bring their people involved. So I think that's where employee ambassadors come into it, where we actually advertise the people behind that. And I think we do that really well at Superfly.
Yeah.
I think the B2B title, you know, gives that energy of it's not a person behind it. It's a sales rep or just a brand, but it's not. It's actual people that you're connecting with.
Yeah.
And I think when you're going into 2026, I think people are going to start realizing that like we're all actually people behind these businesses as well.
Realizing that more anyway. I
Yeah,
think some
which is
people
why
are
where
realizing.
B2C comes into it. B2C is easy because you find your target audience and you do all the content that your target audience wants you to do, and you do it. B2B, they just think, okay, they're a marketing agency. Like, how do I promote my business to them and like create content to them, because they're all different types of people. They're probably all creative and they're probably all really nice people. Like, how can you target to them, not just the professional version of them, because they're probably not like that all the time.
No. And now you think LinkedIn is a good way of, well, one of the best ways of doing that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's different ways to do it on LinkedIn. Like I say, the lead generation, brand building, community building. But I think what we do really well is connect with people, also creating the content. And, you know, you can find clients on that. People are on there for business at the end of the day.
100%.
So let's create content and find those people. And it's so easy to do it as well. Like, it's super easy.
Oh, yeah, it's all right for some.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
Easy for you.
The amount of messages you get on LinkedIn all the time, like, it's so easy to find your competitors, to find people exactly like you. Then you can start to find the people that are connected with them, and then, you know, get them before they get them.
I do honestly feel like there is an element. It is easy for you, but people who are not used to that platform or have not used it before and are not confident with using it will probably need some type of guidance, or even just to have a go at it.
Yeah, I think they do. I think it all starts with profile optimization. Make sure that's really good. Make sure you look professional, you look friendly, or somewhat give some sort of personality behind yourself. And then create the content. Create content that your target audience wants to see, storytelling, educate them with the knowledge that you know. And then if you are doing outbound, then you just go find out those people, which is easy through different avenues, like I said. And inbound is great, but not everyone can attract inbound people like the big creators can. It's really difficult to get, you know, those inbound inquiries, and you're probably going to get more out of outbound than you are inbound. So, I mean, people think it's easy for me, but it can be easy for anyone if you just take the right steps.
Yeah, and it's the steps, I suppose. It's where you've got to learn it, I think.
Yeah.
So on that point, the business pages on LinkedIn have always like been quite shit and not performed particularly well. And I would say that's probably more than ever with the actual personality pages, the people pages.
People pages, I like that.
I'm nearly 40, all right. So do you think that's going to happen more as time goes on over the next like year or two? Do you think people are going to become even more prevalent? Are these kind of like employee ambassadors, brand ambassadors, whatever you want to call them? I
think so. I mean, ever since I've been on LinkedIn, the personal, I already said it then, the personal profiles actually do get a lot more reach than the company pages. So I've always promoted for people to actually do the posting, and then your company page is almost like your website, but a bit more, you know, fun and entertaining with videos.
Well, it's stripped back in it. It's simplified, but you still want to be engaging.
Yeah, definitely. You want it to be somewhere where if you was to connect with someone and they're like, oh, I wonder where this person works, they click on that page, they can see the personality and, you know, the people, other people behind the business and things like that. I think going forward, that might still be the case where the personal profiles have more reach, because I know that they're bringing a lot of ads and things like that for the company pages in. So I do think, I think that's why I'm so on top of this employee ambassadors, because I do think that's the case.
Yeah.
The reach will be more important for the personal profiles. But I do think it's just as important to have both. I don't think you should have one without the other.
Yeah, 100%. You still need to you still need to have the presence on both. Because
definitely.
The thing is, if another business looks at your LinkedIn business page and you haven't posted for a year, it just looks bad.
Yeah, I've done that so many times where you click on a company profile, the logo and banner looks great, then you scroll and it's like, there's nobody working there.
Yeah.
There's no, like, who are you?
It just makes you look small.
Yeah.
And you might be a big business and you might be doing some great work. Then why would you not want to like share your reputation? So say people haven't really got into the like employee advocates situation, how would you start that?
I mean, I've been working with Emma here a lot this year on, posting on LinkedIn and things like that. And I think the first root cause of things is, okay, what are you doing this for? And now for her, it's like a sales role and she's marketing the business. So that's what she's doing it for. So then I think gaining the confidence in actually posting and understanding what storytelling is and understanding that this is a new strategy. So like sales teams, for example, will have certain ways that they find certain people. They'll have, these systems in place where they'll probably download a list of 50 different people. Whereas LinkedIn, you don't really get that. But to understand that this is a new channel like that is the first part to, even starting it. And then just getting into the mindset of, okay, right, this is actually some sort of strategy that we've got in place. So then when you have optimized your profile, then I think you would go into content creation, which is obviously really important part to keep up to date on. But just teaching people like the importance of how you educate people in psychology and storytelling. How can you storytell without it being like a Sunday night Facebook post from your grandma type post? But yeah, just understanding how to post, storytell, education, and then how to connect with those different types of people.
I think that's good. I think that's useful. I mean, just from a personal perspective, like we've tried to encourage that over the last like couple of years, and has actually kind of fallen in line nicely because someone like you come in and you want to do that. Like whilst we've had other team members that haven't been as comfortable with doing that before, then the impact that's had, it's helped us grow our business basically in us being present on LinkedIn. Okay, that was really good. Thank you.
Thanks.
LinkedIn and B2B Queen, Ellie Barnett-White.
I love it.
I've got 3 quick questions.
Oh, go on.
Of course I'm going to ask you questions.
Did I not know about these?
No, of course you didn't. Sir, what would you think right now is the biggest top tip for getting more out of your LinkedIn?
For getting more out of?
Yeah, how to, like, if like these guys were like, right, I want to just, what would you say? What would be the most important thing to do tomorrow to improve your LinkedIn?
I think the importance of networking and often. Like people just think, oh, everyone will just come to me and message me. No, they won't. Like go to them, connect with the right people, connect with people that are in your industry, connect with people that are like-minded like you, connect with people that want to get into the industry. It's really important that you start building your network because that's what I did in the first year or so of being on there. I didn't do it as any sort of strategy, anything like that, but those first 3,000 followers that I had were probably the most important on there because they'd be, the LinkedIn A-listers or whatever, and they're having that network behind you, like anything in business. How do you build a business? The network that you have. It's all the people you're connected to. So that's number one important. Just, build your network.
Okay, I agree.
Did I have to give 3?
Nope, just one.
I thought another one.
What was the turning point where you realised LinkedIn could really make a difference to your life?
I think when I got this job. I think...
Oh, was it? Was
Yeah.
it when you worked here, not previously? Because you're already smashing it then, I thought.
Yeah. I think when I got this job, because I could have just sent you a CV, not being on LinkedIn, and hoped for the best. But I think because, obviously, the first year or so, I was posting on there, which was really good. And I could speak to all different types of people like Sophie Miller and things like that. But I think when I got this job, I thought, you know what, I've done this for myself. And I thought, I've been posting this long. I actually did connect with Nick. I connected with some of the team. I made connections with Chloe, who worked here. And I just thought, you know what, like that's a platform that if I didn't have that, this probably wouldn't have happened.
No, it wouldn't have.
So I think that's where I thought, it's got some sort of...
It's got value, big value.
Some sort of value to it. So,
massive, yeah. Last question. Are there any LinkedIn hacks? Are there any cheat codes?
No. Do you want a longer answer?
That's not what I wanted to hear.
There is no, I wouldn't say hacks at all. I think just put a strategy in place. Connect with 10 people a day. Connect with people, like I said, in your ICP, people that, you know, are in your industry. And then just get bloody posting. Like people just, they just sit there and think, oh, I really want to post on LinkedIn.
I think that's one of the biggest things for people is that they're like, sometimes they're anxious over what they're posting. And you know, everyone's done it. Like you wobble over that purse thing. Sometimes I've done it when I've made a joke where I think, is that appropriate? I'm just post.
Yeah.
And then it either works or it doesn't it? But then I think, in my experience anyway, it's just trying to be consistent. It's like anything in marketing. It don't work unless you put time and effort over a long period of time. Like we're talking 6, 12 months, 2 years. That's when you start seeing the impact of things.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, you've just got to accept that, I think, that you need to put that amount of time in order to get the results.
You have to put time in and you also have to learn. Like I didn't know how to do LinkedIn. I didn't have a clue. And when I was posting, it was very, like, not very good post. It was more just like what I'm doing like right now. And I think once I started to focus on one creator and understanding what their knowledge and try to learn off them, then I started to like test and learn different things. And that's how I am like I am now because I did that and I put the effort in. If you don't put the effort into anything, it's not gonna work. Yeah. But if you, there's no hacks at all. It's just you've got to test, learn and keep going.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I think that was really useful. And if you want to hear any more from Ellie BW, where do you just search for your name on LinkedIn?
You just search my name on Google.
On Google?
Yeah.
On Google.
Google.
And yeah, you can find out more on superflymarketing.co.uk and sign up for our newsletter because we're going to be pinging more stuff like this out on our newsletter.
Yeah. Cool.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.